Hey, happy Coffee Talk Monday. This is Dr. Michelle coming at you. How are you? How's your Monday so far? Hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for being here again today. I got a request to talk today about having fear, but doing it anyway. Oof, that's a big topic, isn't it? Being afraid, like having those butterflies and those thoughts in your head like, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But then doing it anyway. I mean, I think there's some situations where we kind of have to do it, but there's a lot of situations where we have fear around something and that shuts us down. Like, oh no, can't do that. Uh-uh. Like, I remember before I started doing this work, I was a triathlon coach. I coached for 15 years and I was a triathlete at the same time. But there was a period of time where I was like, why am I not starting my own triathlon group? And I honestly let fear hold me back from doing that. I had the skills, I had the ability. Why didn't I do it? Well, it was always something. Wow, how am I going to do that? Or that's not right. Or that's not perfect yet. Or I haven't found a pool yet. Or I had so many reasons this long. And it was all based out of fear. So I ended up for many, many years coaching for other teams, which was great, by the way, but never ever doing my own thing, which I kind of regretted. I mean, I don't regret now because I love my work now, but I kind of regretted then that I let fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough, fear of not having all the answers, I let that hold me back from not doing what I wanted to do. That's a yucky feeling. Fear. So, fear comes up much like nerves and anxiety, worries, doubts. All of that is part of fear. And it's hard when you're in it. So, the first step is recognizing that you're in it. And the second step is figuring out how to deal with it. Right? Are you going to have this fear and let it stop you from doing either what you want to do or what you need to do? Or do you want to push through that so that you can go and do it? Well, in my situation, obviously you know what the answer is, but fortunately, I don't let fear hold me back too much anymore. I have fear. We all have fear. But it's about figuring out how to deal with it in a different way so that it doesn't hold you back and keep you from doing what you want to do, right? As with the other obstacles and challenges that can get in the way of you doing what you want to do. So, as I said, the first thing is recognizing that you're having that fear. And the second is, again, how do you want to deal with it? So, some level of acceptance may be good. Another thing that can be really helpful is to think about it from like a factual standpoint. Like, is this fear real? Kind of thing. Because sometimes when we can think about it that way, we go, oh no, that's not really real. It's just like our ego making up smack, which it does a lot. So that's why you have to challenge those thoughts sometimes. Another way is to change some of the thinking around the situation. For example, when I was going to start my triathlon group, rather than feeling like I needed to have it all together, I needed to have all the pieces, I could have said, yeah, you know what? Let me just start here and move from here a little bit at a time and see where I go, see where I get. And part of that goes back to goal setting, right? So my goal at that time was to have a female triathlon group. Well, I could have just set some really small goals to move me forward towards that. And I think I probably would have been successful. I know I would have been successful had I set those small goals, which I didn't at the time. Goal setting, yeah, I mean, it's incredibly helpful. And the great thing about it is, like, you can sort of start and see how it goes. Like, continue to check in with yourself. Okay, I hit this goal. How am I feeling? Where am I at? Okay, what's the next one? How do I get there? Let me do that and then check in. And then let me do the next one and check in. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, the other thing that's, I think, scary sometimes about fear is that it feels a little overwhelming. And so I think sometimes thinking about it a little bit different, whether it's like more neutral positive language, whether it's having the small steps to sort of get you to the outcome, or whether it's asking yourself, is that real? Those things can all be really, really helpful. When you feel fear and you do it anyway, I call that courage. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. How many times have you done that? I think maybe one of the last times I felt fear but did it anyway was when I was doing rappelling. I felt the nerves. The thoughts in my head were like, oh no, I can't do that. It's scary. But I did it anyway. And the outcome is amazing. I think that is the other thing, is like, we can be courageous. We can. And then the outcome is sometimes like so amazing. I would recommend that if you are going to feel the fear and do it anyway, that maybe try to start with some small things and see what happens. Part of this is trusting yourself. But I just love the outcome of fear. I love that feeling of being pushed outside of my comfort zone. There's just something about that is scary, but feels like, yeah, I did it. And isn't that part of the reason that we do what we do? Anyway, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Courage. Let that be your word for the week, courage. That's going to be my word for the week, courage. As is the case, always, if you have thoughts, questions, comments, post them, or you can always reach out. I'm available to chat anytime. This is Dr. Michelle. Happy Monday and have a great week. Take care, and I will see you next week.